Thank you for clicking on part B. For some reason, I'm not that great at editing, so part A was cut off when I had a call coming in. So anyway, I started to talk about baby steps, and we'll call this video depression, tips against depression, part B. And so I started to say about baby steps. And so before I even go into that, I want to tell you that they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So human beings, we fall into routines, daily routines, and oftentimes we tend to do the same thing over and over every day, every other day. I mean, it seems like on Monday this is exactly what we do. On Tuesday this is what we do, and then we get bored, and we do get this feeling like, oh my gosh, there's nothing else out there. I wish there was more. I wish there was a better life. And what's happened is that we have fallen into a routine, and so that routine has caused some boredom, and boredom is perfectly normal. I mean, people get bored of the same food. I enjoy eating chicken, but if you eat chicken every day for 365 days a year, you'll be pretty tired of it after that year, right? So anyway, back to my baby steps. So I've told you about insanity. I told you about how important it is to get out of your routine so that you have different results. So the next thing is baby steps. And I say baby steps in that when you're dealing with depression, it has a crippling effect on you. I mean, people that have suffered with it know exactly what I'm talking about. It consumes you. It doesn't allow you to want to do anything. You don't want to take a shower. You don't want to go outside the house. You don't want to talk to people on the phone. You're not motivated to do anything. You just want to lay in bed. And on part A, I told you the first thing is to get out of bed, right? Because the longer you're in bed, the more depression will grab a hold of you. So the next part is baby steps. And what I mean by that is when you get out of the house, if the sun is out, put your back against the garage door and let the sun hit your face for 10 minutes, a day. So 10 minutes a day of natural sun will give you natural vitamin D, and that's very important to have if you want to get out of depression and also stay healthy, right? So baby steps. And then the other thing to avoid a routine type of life is that you start taking different routes when you leave the house. So if you're used to driving a certain road, guess what? Do the next parallel road, one over, right? Or behind it. Because if you're driving to work, for example, and there's a detour, that detour forces you to take different roads on purpose. Well, guess what? In your life, you are the captain of your ship, and you can take detours on purpose as well. So you don't have to wait for the road construction sign that says, detour, turn right here. Why don't you just turn right on that road right now and get to experience a new road and get to experience a new path to work or to go meet up with your friends or whatever. And then when you do, what happens is the body is not used to all these new things. They're not on autopilot. And so all of a sudden you're starting to notice new homes, new people, new things that are interesting things. And so that strikes up curiosity, and curiosity gets you out of your routine. And when you get out of your routine, then it sparks endorphins into your body and dopamine. And you start to want to, explore. Because when you were a child, you had that sense of you wanted to explore, you wanted to find out new things. And then what happens to us is we become adults and we become boring, right? We allow the everyday life to take over our lives, and then next thing you know, we're depressed, we're dealing with adult problems. But then if you allow yourself this amount of curiosity, and that's why I say it's baby steps, right? It's not planned. It's not, you don't have to sit down and talk to your counselor about it. You just do it, right? There's more than one ways to get to work. It's not you have to go down this road, you have to turn here, you have to turn there. No, you can go around. You can leave earlier. If you're used to going to work, it takes you 5 minutes to get there, or say it takes you 15 minutes to get there. If you wake up early and get out of the house early, guess what? You can maybe watch the sunrise, right? You can maybe watch the sunsets. You can maybe experience different roads and different people and different, just views in general. And then you start to realize that there's more to life than doing the routine. And the routine is sometimes what attracts depression. We get into our heads, and we start thinking about why haven't I figured it all out? At my age, and I'm older than probably most of you watching this, but some of my students, they're 18, they're 19, they're 20, and they're saying, why haven't I figured it out? Well, guess what? A lot of people who are 45 and 50 haven't figured it out in terms of like all the answers. And so anyway, we just passed the 5-minute mark, and I want to cut this video short. I'll call it part B, and then if I have any other tips, I will definitely go on there. But for now, please watch my part A and watch my part B, and do subscribe so that way when I publish new videos, you're notified. And it is very important to me, please understand this, very important to me, that you maintain your well-being. And maintaining your well-being requires change, and change requires action by you. Don't watch the same videos you've been watching. Don't listen to the same music that makes you sad and reminds you of sad things in your past. Don't hang around negative people. Start taking care of yourself. Follow what I told you in part A. Follow what I'm telling you here in part B. These things do work, but you have to follow them, right? Baby steps. All right, so any questions or concerns, please post comments below, and I usually get notified when you guys post questions, and I respond. Those of you that have posted questions know that I'm pretty quick about doing that, unless I'm tied up or something. But again, very important for me, for you to maintain your well-being, very important for you to change what you've been doing and find a new route to work, a new route to go visit friends, family, or yourself. A walk to the park, find a waterfall somewhere, find a lake, just sit there and watch and observe. It's important to have quiet time as well as you leave your depression status. Okay, thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you soon.